Nowadays, when social networks are very popular, everyone can easily share their personal opinions with many people on the internet. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo, after reaching the milestone of 900 goals in his career, said, "Winning the Euro is as valuable as winning the World Cup." This statement of his caused a lot of controversy and fierce conflicts on social networks. However, I just want to say one thing. That is a personal opinion based on his perspective, and it does not represent the majority. Each individual has a different way of thinking and viewpoint. We should not impose our personal opinions on others. Many heartbreaking cases have occurred, cause of which was only due to small conflicts on social network, in which the murder case of Asia McGowan from 2009, when social networks were not as developed as they are now, is such a story. Today, we really want to share this case with you so that you can become smart users and know how to protect yourself and your family from the dangers of cyberspace. Case of YouTubers.
Alright, let's talk about this shit for a second, man. You know, I make these videos, all these Venom Fang X, I just clown on these motherfuckers and make them look stupid. And when you go on the boards, man, you can just read the comments and it's just so...
Anthony Powell, Christian and a famous content creator on the YouTube platform. He used his fame to spread anger, hatred, and personal attacks on others. The more famous Anthony became, the more confident he was in sharing his extreme views. By April 2009, his dangerous words reached their peak when he confronted another user with completely opposite views. When Anthony's relatives realized this danger, it was too late. Hello everyone, it's us, Unmasked again. If you like my videos, please click the subscribe button to support the channel, and don't forget to turn on the bell to receive notifications for the latest videos. Now, make yourself a cup of coffee, find a quiet place, and get ready to explore the case of Anthony Powell with me. Welcome to Michigan, a state located between Chicago and Toronto, surrounded by 3 Great Lakes. Michigan is a state in the northeastern corner of the United States, famous for its auto industry, beautiful beaches, and vibrant college town atmosphere. However, Michigan is also home to more than 10 million people, making it the 10th most populous state in North America, with more than 3,000 miles of freshwater coastline and one of the international dark sky parks. Popular tourist attraction. Located in eastern Michigan in Wayne County is the city of Dearborn, with a population of about 110,000. Dearborn is primarily a hub for the auto industry, but in recent years, the city has struggled with a high poverty rate ranging from 25 to 35%. This means that more than a quarter of the city's population lives in poverty. Putting aside the economic issues, one of the families that resides in Dearborn is the Powell family. While most of the family members are quite private, Anthony Powell is the opposite. Born in 1981, Anthony grew up in Dearborn with his parents Doris and Sam Powell. Anthony's childhood was quite peaceful and not shared much. He was a quiet, shy child and always had a special interest in movies and television. As an adult, Anthony struggled with depression. Although he was prescribed antidepressants to help treat his disorder, he did not like taking the medication and often forgot to take it. In this case, it is important to note that Anthony was a strong believer in God. He grew up in a religious family and always lived by what his religion taught. Anthony's life began to go downhill from that point on. Anthony was a man with extreme thoughts, especially his hatred of women. He believed that women were just tools for men and was particularly contemptuous of women of color. Despite this, Anthony was extremely religious and hated people who did not believe in God. In the mid-2000s, Anthony was introduced to YouTube in its early days when the platform was first launched and began attracting many content creators. Looking back, you can't help but feel nostalgic for the great things like Blockbuster, iPod Mini, Blu-ray discs, and the game Battlefield. The internet was still in its infancy and broadband was just starting to become popular, leading to the birth of YouTube. YouTube was completely different then than it is now. from the simple interface to the way it controlled volume. People could even reply to a video by posting another video. When Anthony realized that YouTube was a place for creators to share ideas and connect with thousands of viewers, he decided to create his own channel. Since 2007, Anthony has been building his channel with content that revolves around Christianity. He often argues with non-believers by replying to their videos. During these arguments, Anthony often attacks and shows hatred towards anyone who disagrees with his views, especially controversial ones. Anthony believes that women should be obedient, submissive, and follow men. These negative views are even more severe when it comes to Black women, as he accuses them of being too promiscuous and claims that they are killing thousands of children every day through abortion. Anthony once said,
I'm pretty sure that some of these atheists are gonna...
I am sure there will be many non-believers watching this video. They are always trying to pick a fight with me. Muslims, atheists, Jehovah's Witnesses, they are all our enemies, agents of Satan. We must fight them and destroy them. Any attention, positive or negative, worked in Anthony's favor. As his controversial videos became more popular, Anthony's reputation grew. Those who agreed with Anthony's views supported him, while those who disagreed with him only reinforced his views. Both made his extreme views stronger. Additionally, YouTube wasn't the only place Anthony spread his violent views. In the mid-2000s, forums were much more popular than they are today. Here, Anthony harassed and taunted people who didn't believe in God. At one forum, Anthony discovered Asia McGowan, a 20-year-old who didn't believe in God. Asia was warm, friendly, and very approachable. She loved dancing, acting, and comedy, so she took acting classes and was a member of a local dance group. Asia also had very progressive thinking for her age, especially when it came to women's rights, religion, and not believing in God. Views that were completely opposite of Anthony's. Interestingly, Anthony had no idea that Asia also lived in Dearborn and even attended the same school as him at Henry Ford Community College. After discovering Asia's videos, Anthony became obsessed and hostile toward her. He began stalking and harassing her online every day. Every time Asia posted a new video, Anthony would use different accounts to leave negative comments with the sole purpose of silencing. In one video, Anthony said, "Oh, a new thought just popped into my head. You know what it is? I think the non-believers are right. They evolved, you know? We, the smart Christians, we know we came from God, but those people, they came from monkeys. I don't know why they came from monkeys, but they're stupid. Really stupid. And you know what? I changed my mind. Atheists are not human. They're monkeys, they're animals." From February to April 2009, Asia endured weeks of bullying and insults. Despite the pressure and hostility, Asia stood firm against Anthony's bad words. On April 6, 2009, she even posted a video on YouTube to speak out against him and denounce his wrongdoings and fake. The video read, "I want to say hello to all the haters. Hey guys, you guys who don't like me, this is what you can do. You don't want to see me? Then get off this screen. Get off my page. Find something more productive to do, and don't come to my page again. Stop posting stupid messages. Rude, it's mean, and you should find a better use of your time." Unfortunately, Asia's response to Anthony's bullying has only made things worse. Despite Anthony's best efforts to silence her, he has so far failed. Anthony's videos clearly show that he is unreasonable. But for Asia, that doesn't matter. She is determined not to succumb to a misogynist. Anthony is not a thoughtful, reasonable, or understanding person. He is simply very angry with her. Those who have followed the online war of words between Anthony and Asia have recognized the extreme nature of his behavior. And while it is worrying, no one is sure what he will do next. April 10, 2009, it was a Friday. Asia McGowan was packing up after class at the Grand Mackenzie Center for the Arts. She was the only one left in class F111 at Henry Ford Community College. Other students were gathered around the theater and hallways, but she was alone in her classroom. Just then, a strange man suddenly appeared. As Asia looked up and focused on the man, she recognized a familiar face. It was Anthony Powell. Without hesitation, Anthony pulled out his gun and pointed it at Asia. Fear filled her, and as she turned to run toward another exit, she screamed. Unfortunately, it was too late. Using his rifle, Anthony shot Asia McGowan straight in the back. As she lay there dying, he dragged her back into the classroom and shot her again. Police arrived at the scene at 12:30 p.m. They stormed the theater, but shortly thereafter a third shot rang out. This time, it was a suicide. After taking Asia's life and waiting for a few minutes, Anthony took his own life. Police found their bodies just minutes later. Unfortunately, there was nothing left to save Asia McGowan. She could not survive her injuries. In videos identified by friends and neighbors, bloggers said Anthony Powell had recently talked online about committing suicide. I lost my 9mm pistol. Now I only have a rifle, and using that kind of gun is not good at all. A man named Tony48209 online often criticized atheism. The face that many people saw was one filled with anger. I can easily beat you. It's not difficult. News of the incident spread across the internet and in the school, where Anthony's aggression was well known. They found out about his history of bullying and abuse, and Asia's courage in standing up to him. There was nothing they could do to bring Asia back. Several other students had to undergo long-term therapy after experiencing these terrible things. The school's reputation was also damaged, but the people who suffered the most were Asia's parents. When they heard that their daughter had been harmed and that Anthony had been stalking her online, they felt extremely hurt and disappointed. Anthony's violent behavior was not hidden or secret. It was openly spread on many online sites. Sadly, we still live in a world where online actions are often taken for granted compared to real-life action. When you encounter people who misbehave, it is very likely that their negative thoughts online will translate into real-life action. Looking back at Asia's case, the warning signs were clear. In hindsight, it's both fortunate and unfortunate that many people were skeptical of Anthony until it was too late. Anthony's parents insist that they had absolutely no idea what their son was posting online, his videos, or even his threatening words. However, they have tried to help Anthony overcome his mental health issues for years, without success. Anthony's mother said, "My son, I knew he was having a hard time, but we tried for years to get him help, to no avail. We didn't know how to help him. I didn't understand what had happened in his life recently that would make him act the way he did." Anthony's father added, "He's gone, and there's nothing we can do. We don't know what he did. My deepest condolences to the family and the girl." This story raises a big question. When such an obvious crime could have been prevented, who is responsible? Is YouTube responsible for preventing bullies like Anthony from growing on their platform? Or is it the responsibility of those who watched Anthony's videos and didn't report them? Even off the internet, should Anthony's school or parents have been more careful? This is a complex issue and one that often comes up in similar cases. For example, the case of Pekka Erik Alvanen raises similar questions that no one has a definitive answer to. Although not directly related to this case, YouTube has removed the feature that allows users to reply to videos with videos. Although there are many measures in place to prevent online harassment, problem still exists every day. Even in 2024, gender and racial discrimination are still prevalent. In 2009, the situation was worse. Asia bravely faced both of these issues, and when faced with similar hatred, she was not afraid or shaken. It is heartbreaking that she suffered such a tragic end because of meeting a cruel and crazy person. If she had lived, the 20-year-old girl that year would be 34 years old now and could have had her own family. Unfortunately, her future was taken away just because she had different views. Okay, I think we will end the story here. What do you think about this case? Please leave your comments below. Thank you everyone for accompanying me until the end of the video. I will see you again in the next video. Take care of yourself, care for those around you, and of course, always keep yourself safe. Thank you, and goodbye.